What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video because English and Spanish journalists are reporting that Liverpool want to pay the release clause and they are about to pay the release clause of Nico Williams. So Nico Williams could be coming to Liverpool. Welcome to Liverpool, Nico Williams, if this deal goes through, because Liverpool want to knock Barcelona and the other competitors out of the ring in the race to sign Nico Williams, because his release clause is around 45 to 50 million pounds, depending on which report you are reading into, and we will have all the details in this video, plus Nico Williams' career so far and where he would play at Liverpool, and also we will talk about his statistics, his playing style, everything that you need to know about the latest transfer news on Nico Williams. You will find it in this video, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Please guys, I need your support to continue making these videos, otherwise I might have to stop making videos altogether. Please just support me on Patreon. It costs $2 or $3 per month to sign up to the lowest tier. Link is in the video description. If you can afford it, you can of course sign up for a higher tier and support me that way, and if enough of you guys sign up, I don't have to stop making these videos. And Liverpool are listening to offers for Luis Diaz. Let me know, do you agree with that or not? And if a high enough offer comes in, we might sell Luis Diaz and we might bring in Nico Williams, who is 4 years younger than Luis Diaz. And reports in the Spanish newspaper Sport are claiming that Liverpool will pay the full release clause of Nico Williams after, we learned of the interest of Barcelona, Arsenal and Chelsea. Liverpool were sprung into action when, Luis Diaz was approached by Tottenham, and we wanted to sign Luis Diaz in that summer, but we went ahead and signed him in the January transfer window, so we prevented him going to Tottenham. And this could be a similar scenario. According to this newspaper, Liverpool will knock out Barcelona in the race for Nico Williams as they interfere in the Barcelona negotiations, and the arrival of Nico Williams would be to cover the more than likely vacancy that Luis Diaz will leave if his sale is confirmed. And interestingly, Barcelona are looking for winger, and they could sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool if they can get the money somehow. It was reported that Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix will not stay at Barcelona. They will go back to their parent clubs after their loan spell. So Barcelona still have financial problems. Nico Williams' wage demands has previously proved too much for Liverpool, but now that Liverpool saw his performances at the Euros, and he has been absolutely electric. He scored a goal and got an assist against Georgia as Spain ran a riot and won 4-1 to set up an absolutely mouth-watering quarterfinal. Spain against Germany, the hosts. I'm really looking forward to that game. And Nico Williams is asking for £300,000 per week, but the great difficulty they are facing is that Nico Williams would prefer to play for Barcelona. He would prefer to stay in Spain, but Barcelona's financial situation means that they have to park their interest in Nico Williams and give Liverpool the upper hand, because Barcelona don't have 50 million pounds in the bank to pay Nico Williams' release clause, plus they don't have enough money left over to cover his wages as well. And the latest news is that Liverpool will listen to offers for Luis Diaz, but only if a really big offer comes in for Luis Diaz. That's when we will sell him, because he still has, I think, 3 years left on his contract. So Luis Diaz could be only sold for around 70-75 million. And I mean, I said it before, if we replace Nico Williams, if we replace Luis Diaz with Nico Williams, that's not actually a bad trade-off, because Nico Williams is 4 or 5 years younger, and he's already a better looking player when it comes to goals and assists. Diaz could be the casualty if the new look transfer committee at Liverpool managed to bring a new wide man, a new winger to the club this summer. And Charles Watts, who recently gave an update on the likelihood of Nico Williams going to the Premier League, he said, Nico Williams has been electric for Spain, and understandably he now has a lot of people talking about him as a potential transfer target. Sorry, I said he's 23 years old. He's even younger, he's 21 years old. And Arsenal and Liverpool and Man City are admirers of Nico Williams, so plenty of other top clubs across Europe are keeping an eye on Nico Williams, and that interest is only going to increase as the Euros goes on and Nico Williams keeps putting in these amazing performances. On paper, the release clause of around £50 million for Williams, Nico Williams, looks very appealing, but as far as I'm aware, it's not as simple as that. You have to remember that release clauses in Spain have to be paid in full, and that makes Diaz very expensive, as clubs can't spread the transfer fee out over the length of the contract like they usually do. Like, for example, we signed Luis Diaz for around 45 million, but we could spread out the transfer fee throughout his contract, so every year it costs just 7 or 8 million for Liverpool, but the release clause has to be paid in full. But even that, I think Nico Williams has a lot higher of potential than a £50 million player. He could become a 150 million pound player if he keeps developing in the right way, and he's an absolutely electric player. And I think it's worth taking this opportunity, this situation, and pay the release clause in full, because you are getting an absolutely fantastic electric player who could even one day maybe replace Mo Salah. In Nico Williams' case, the journalist continues, the wages are also understood to be a pretty significant issue, because Bilbao are paying big wages to their players because they don't spend a lot on transfer fees. It's a very interesting strategy by Bilbao, because they only sign bust players, so there are not a lot of like big transfers that you can do, and they develop their own, plus they sign young players in the area, so they can pay big wages to their players. That's what they spend most of their money on, and that's why they can keep their team together, because they pay big wages, so the Basque players who are playing for Bilbao don't look to go elsewhere. So Nico Williams is on good money, and the word is that interested clubs have been surprised by the wages he would want this summer. But the Express newspaper and Fraser Watson, English journalist, is also reporting that Liverpool are planning to pay the release clause of Nico Williams, but they also face some issues with Mo Salah. Liverpool could be set for showdown talks with Mo Salah, and Salah would want to have a pay rise. Nico Williams getting £300,000 per week at Liverpool, I don't see that as a huge problem, because he could be instantly one of the best players at Liverpool, and crucially he can play on the right wing as well as on the left wing. We already have Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz and Jota who can play on the left wing, and even Darwin Núñez as well. We don't need another left winger. That's why maybe the Anthony Gordon transfer is not that likely to happen, because Newcastle would ask for too much money, and we already have enough left wingers. Anthony Gordon can't really play on the right, but Nico Williams has played on the right wing many times for Bilbao, and according to the reports, this English journalist is saying that Liverpool are ready to pay the Nico Williams release clause. He reports it's 45 million, others are reporting 50 million. Whatever it is, I think that's a very low release clause for a player of Nico Williams' caliber, who is already worth more than 50 million. But if Liverpool give more wages to Nico Williams than what Mo Salah is on, that could create a problem, definitely. And Salah will definitely ask for a pay rise. But I think if we give Salah like £400,000 per week for another 2 years, that would really give Liverpool a great opportunity going forward, because that would mean Salah stays this season and next season. So I would give him a 1-year contract extension, and every summer we can extend his contract if he keeps performing. If not, we can sell him to Saudi Arabia with having 1 year left on his contract. Right now Salah is still at almost the peak of his powers, so I wouldn't consider selling him. I would want Salah to stay, but just give him 1 year contract extensions. If he doesn't sign it, then you can sell him to Saudi Arabia for 50 to 100 million pounds. And Marcus Banks, another journalist, is reporting that Liverpool are ready to pay the release clause of Nico Williams. Slot will work with the new sporting director Richard Hughes to work on new signings, and there could be some big changes coming if these new reports are to be believed. And these reports coincide with Liverpool ready to listen to offers for Luis Diaz. I think the reason for that is that Luis Diaz is 27 years old and maybe Liverpool expected a little bit more goal output from him. He only has 17 goal contributions, I think 13 goals and 4 assists. Compare that to Cody Gakpo, who is 23 years old and he already has 16 goals and 6 assists for Liverpool in 53 games, so 22 goal contributions. I looked up his statistics. And Luis Diaz played the most games out of all the 5 players in terms of minutes. But in 37 Premier League games, he scored 8 goals and got 5 assists. I think Liverpool fans expected a little bit more. But Luis Diaz said that he's happy at Liverpool. It's a great team and a club. I've always wanted to play there. So I'm very happy and relaxed. And this other newspaper is also reporting that Nico Williams has been linked with Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Williams' priority is Barcelona, but Barcelona can't really afford to sign Liverpool because of the very strict La Liga spending rules. So that's why I think Liverpool are in the driving seat when it comes to this transfer. Barcelona first have to raise serious money. They have to sell some big players. And Williams is patient enough to wait. But I think if Liverpool get a move on and we trigger the release clause, then Liverpool will have an opportunity to sit down with Nico Williams and maybe convince him that playing for Liverpool is an even better prospect than Barcelona. And he's only 21 years old, so we can give him a 5-year contract and we can say to him, in 4 or 5 years you can still go to Barcelona. If you have a successful career, Barcelona will be interested in you and maybe they will be in a better financial position in 4 or 5 years. And according to The Athletic, Arne has discussed Nico Williams as a potential target. Nico Williams, with his performances, have turned Liverpool's head because Nico Williams got 8 goals and 19 assists in just 37 games in all competitions, which is really impressive. And Nico Williams said, I'm very happy at Bilbao. It's the club that has given me everything, the one that has bet on me 100%. It's my home. I'm very happy, but what I want to do is focus on the Euros 100%. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. I've told my agent I don't want to know anything until the end of the Euros. So Nico Williams left the door open for a potential transfer because he said he doesn't know what will happen after the Euros. And the Athletic Bilbao president, Jon Uriarte, maybe that's not how to pronounce his name, sorry. We have impressive talent in the squad. When things are like this, it's normal that there are players who arouse interest, but we are not here to talk about rumors. Nico Williams is happy in Bilbao and we are happy with Nico. We don't worry about or pay attention to rumors. We are focused on creating an attractive project for all of our players, fighting for titles, competing in Europe. Bilbao won their first Copa del Rey, their first Spanish Cup title, King's Cup as it's called, in like 30 years or something. But they are not regularly playing in the Champions League. They don't even play in Europe most seasons, but they are building a very exciting squad. So I can understand why Nico Williams might want to stay. He would want to play at the highest level. At the Euros, he's already playing at the highest level. But Spain are one of the favorites to win the competition. And I think Nico Williams would want to play in the Champions League regularly. And Liverpool can offer him that. So as I said, 8 goals and 19 assists in 37 games. That's 27 goal contributions in just 37 games. That is absolutely insane. That's even better than Mo Salah in terms of goals and assists per games ratio. And last season, when he was just 20 years old, or he just turned 20 years old, 43 games, 9 goals and 6 assists. So 15 goal contributions in 43 games. And the previous season, he contributed to like 4 or 5 goals, but he was just breaking through the Bilbao first team as a teenager. So I think Liverpool are on the right track, triggering the release clause of Nico Williams. Hopefully we can convince Williams that Liverpool is the right place for his career. And I think the fact that we are about to trigger his release clause indicates to me that we have been given some encouragement from his agent or representatives that Nico Williams is interested in playing for Liverpool. And another good news, Mo Salah and Waterando will not feature in the Paris Olympics. even though there were fears that they would be called up. James Pearce is reporting that they will be available for Liverpool's full pre-season schedule. They won't be featuring at the Olympics. Egypt and Japan had discussed calling these players up because they have 3 players permitted to be over the age of 23. But because the Olympics is not a FIFA sanctioned competition, clubs do not have to release players, and following talks with Salah and Endo, they are now staying at Liverpool. Bajcetic had already been left out of the Spain squad because Bajcetic needs to have an undisrupted pre-season, and hopefully he can convince Arne Slot that he should play regularly. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Bajcetic in action because he only played a few minutes last season. And also Salah and Endo having a full summer's rest and a full pre-season would really benefit them as well. Not losing anyone to the Olympics is a big boost to Arne Slot because we already have enough players at the Euros and at the Copa America. All of the big teams apart from Italy went through, but Liverpool don't have anyone from Italy. And also Brazil will play Uruguay in the quarterfinals of the Copa America after Brazil failed to beat Colombia. It was a 1-1 draw. Luis Diaz played really well and Alisson also played really well. He was not at fault for the Colombia goal. And now it's certain that either Uruguay or Brazil will get knocked out, so they will not play in the semi-finals. So after July the 7th, they can have a short holiday and join either Darwin Núñez or Alisson can join Liverpool on the preseason tour. But Colombia will play Panama, so it's likely that Luis Diaz will play at least the semi-final. And also Argentina, where Alexis McAllister plays. I think they play Ecuador in the other side of the draw, and they have a good chance of going all the way to the final. But yeah, hopefully no Liverpool players will pick up any injuries on international duty, and they will be hopefully back ready for the season to start, which I'm so excited about. 2 weeks from now, I think we will start playing our pre-season. July the 23rd is our first game against Real Betis, so I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.